and I'm proud. Hype and I'm...
Hello everybody! How is everyone doing today? So, let me just double check some stuff, because it looks like we're good to go, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, looks like we're pretty stable at the moment. I want to give a little bit more time, because I didn't really give much warning for the teams, so if they're interested in showing up, I kind of want to give them a little bit more time. So, I'm going to use this opportunity to kind of introduce myself to the few people that are here. It's been a while since I have been live, so hi, I'm Shadonis. I am a caster as well as a streamer of a few different things. In addition to that, I am an avid TCG player, specifically of one, all of which are things that I am probably going to be doing more content about, because I really want to try and get this thing rolling a bit more and meet more of you people and see what you guys are interested in stuff and what I can talk to people about. But for the time being, it is just kind of a warm-up cast. No cheating. It's not hard to figure out who won this one, so don't go searching that and stuff. I did pick up the ticker, so the upcoming matches are correct. These are upcoming matches as the season is starting. I think they are specific to Div A. I wanted to kind of grab more, but I'm pretty sure this is just Div A. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope everybody's having a good day. Looks like all my stuff saved pretty much the same as the last time I cast, so I should sound okay here. Hopefully you guys are not hearing me twice. That was an issue I had the last time I tried to return. But yeah, we'll give it a little bit more time. Like I said, I did not give much time at all if the teams were interested in responding. So we'll just hang for a bit. There was actually an update not too long ago to Heroes of the Storm, which makes me happy. It is a game that I feel like definitely needs more support. It was just kind of a bug fix. It is also going to mess with the cast a little bit, so bear with me, because a lot of stuff that I have does not actually work when we're playing replays from previous versions of the game. So things may not look the best, and may take some finagling to get to work the way we want them to. And there might be some stuff that overlaps and stuff like that. But we should be okay for the most part from a technical side, just not have all of the nice quality of life stuff that we typically have. And yeah, I'm actually kind of running out of things to say, I'll be honest. But yeah, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the last second setup for the replay, because I think it's all set and good to go. Oh, actually both the players I know from both of these teams are not playing. Yeah, they don't play in either. I'm hoping they're in the right sides. I did not check that. I should check that quick. So blue team captain is Hawaii, who is in fact blue team there, and blue team there. Okay, fantastic! The main thing that I dislike about replay casting is the fact that I have no idea who picked the map and how the draft went down, because I kind of enjoy analyzing drafts and stuff. It's good fun! It's good fun. There are ways for me to find that out, but they are exceedingly irritating and very hard to do live, so I would have to go through, like, a whole document while we're into things, and it's not as fun. It's not as fun. But yeah, looks like everything is ready to go. So, while we load in, let's go ahead and look at the map draft, which I thought was not going to load in there for a second. The map list does not look like it happened properly. Yeah, Volskaya's not on there. Why is Volskaya not on there? Was this... I apparently do not have the correct pool. I do not have access to the Season 16 pool here. I guess we just add Volskaya and hope that we're not missing anything else. Wait, no, it says Volskaya is in. What? I'm confuzzled! If Volskaya is in, why is it not showing up? Whatever! Replay cast! Anyway. Actually, idea. As much as I prefer this map draft, we will do this set. And it didn't work! Wonderful! I love when things don't work. Anyway, we're being delayed far too much than we need to. Hey, Phil Kimler! It's actually one of your teams that's I'm casting. So I'm very glad to see you. And yes, my day is treating me very well. I hope yours is as well. For some reason, it's not showing up Velskaya Foundry, but aside from that, we're good. So, going through the map bans, we have Unity, which banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom, apparently not liking the letter T. And on the side of CCS, we have the ban out of Velskaya Foundry, and... oh, it's Blackhearts that's not showing up. There we go. Aha! Fixed. We have banned out Blackhearts Bay and Velskaya Foundry, which led to someone picking Alterac Pass. I do not know. That was not something that I was able to figure out. But... all that aside, and all scuff aside, let's go ahead and load in to the game and download the previous version of the game, because that's important, and I forgot that we need to wait on that. So we'll just hop to pregame for now. But yeah, for those of you who are not familiar, any team that has the initial CCS is likely part of the CCS family. I'm a big fan of the fact that we have families in NGS. I think it's really cool. I got to actually be a part of one at one point. It was very cool. But yeah, that is a thing. This is CCS 3, if I remember correctly. And it is taking a while to load up. There we go! Alrighty! Things are very scuffed, but that's what happens when you have a warm-up cast. I'm not a big fan of replay casts for reasons such as this. They take the normal scuff level of someone who doesn't actually know what they're doing and turn it up to 11. But let's go ahead and hop into... where is the in-game? There we go, match game. Awesome. Welcome to Alterac Pass. On the left side, we have Team Unity with Skyhawk on Vala, Angry Pigeon on ETC, Intry MO, I don't know how to pronounce that, on the ever-adorable Bright Deathwing, G-Killer on Yarel, not a common pick that I see, and Raymond Tyler on Kelthu freaking Zod. You out there, Vane? Hear that? Kelthu freaking Zod? There you go. On the right side, we have Hawaii on Raynor, taking a fair amount of early damage there. Ezreal on the Rhaegar. Cutie Puppy on the kind of puppy, Tahaka. And who am I missing? Rift on Hanzo. And Psycho on the Beetle. Urel diving in, putting a ton of pressure on to the Rainer. Bit of a mess up of the combo there, just not quite in sync, but it's still very early. And that was a very early slide. There's not really any way that could have been predicted. It was just an opportunity, and just a little slow reacting to it. It's very early, and it's hard to kill people this early. So, as is pretty standard for Ultrac Pass, you have your teams splitting into this kind of 1-3-1, with someone who can do camps, going and doing camps. Looks like Beetle is just trying to passive soak, maybe trying to go for a gank on Vala. That's going to be hard to do at this stage of the game, which they agree on, which is why the Beetle then goes back mid to go ahead and catch this soak back again. Camp being picked up for CCS. Pings coming out, and I don't entirely know why, but pings are coming out. Kel'Thuzad in a lot of danger here, trying to get some easy stacks. That puts him at 5 stacks and 1 death. Maybe a worthwhile trade, as he will be back up in time, and should be able to answer, or pick up most of the soak. I don't think he'll really be missing much. Does look like CCS is going for the early aggression. They do have slight talent tier advantage here, putting a lot of damage on to the structures. ETC trying to slow things down, buy as much time as he can. Mid-tower, both of the mid-towers are down. This is a lot of pressure that is just not able to be answered right now, and Kel'Thuzad trying his best to try and get stacks as well as clear the wave. That is a lot to ask from one person, ETC taking a ton of damage here. Brightwing does pop in, bringing him back up to 50%, and it looks like both teams are deciding to kind of disengage here. CCS taking a very commanding lead at this stage of the game, being very aggressive and taking full advantage of the fact that Kel'Thuzad is very unable to do much at this stage. Combo does go out. Oh, slightly misses the Rainer. That would have been a double kill if that combo hit. Hanzo managing to take care of the camp in the mid lane. Red camp is available once again if they so wish to go after it. Beetle is starting on the blue camp here. I'm referring to a lot of things as camps, but they're all called camps. Psycho taking a lot of free damage here. That's going to make the reinitiation onto this fight a bit difficult. Rhaegar should be able to heal him up a little bit, and they can just kind of stall out. It's not uncommon for this first camp to get stalled out for quite a while, actually. I'm curious, can I... Oh, that does show up even without fancy stuff. It takes up, like, the entire screen, but it does show up. The Merc camp is being picked up in the mid lane, while the Beetle and Hanzo try and stall out the fight. Hanzo taking a fair amount of damage here, does get the polymorph, manages to jump over the wall with just a little bit of health there. Anubarak trying to get himself out, losing a lot of health. He does go down. ETC going in, putting a lot of damage on the Hanzo, and Hanzo goes down. And then the next to fall is Rainer. That is a triple kill for Unity, which are picking up that objective without much competition at this stage. CCS might be able to recontest here. KTC doing a lot of work to clear out that mid lane. Objective does look like it's going to go in favor of Unity here, as CCS is not quite able to re-engage. Yrel, though, might go down in exchange. And she does manage to stay alive, just barely. That Hanzo missing by a pixel. Here come the cavalry. I just realized the game sounds are not being picked up. My apologies. I don't know why that's not happening. There we go. That should fix that. Yep. Alright, cool. Sorry you guys couldn't hear anything. Cavalry does start charging. Dahaka able to clear out the bot. He does have a global ability, so he can show up wherever the fight is needed. Vala does go down in that top lane, though. She's a fair amount of the siege potential on the side of Unity. The Cavalry not really having much backup here, but Unity's soaking a lot of the damage that should be going onto the Cavalry without losing much health. Cavalry does fall in both mid and top. Dahaka finishing up bot, likely going to just teleport into that top lane there, try and turn this fight. KTZ in a lot of danger here. Brightwing does go down as well. Oh, KTC just barely dodging the Dragon Arrow. Both ETC and KTZ are very low there. Lots of ping communications on the side of CCS. All communication is good communication in games like this. Dahaka's just putting a ton of pressure into the bot lane there. He can just kind of... Oh, there we go, and the ETC does answer it using a cooldown that's about as long as Dahaka's. Does look like the mid camp is being picked up on both sides. CCS, once again, getting it first. Yeah, at this stage of the game, things just kind of stagnate a little bit. Oh, gank on Urel, most likely. She should be able to get herself out, though. She takes a fair amount of damage, but she is fine, as she is a Space Goat, and Space Goats are very difficult to catch. What's KTZ at stack-wise? 9 stacks at 7 minutes. That is unfortunately very slow. He hasn't really had a good opportunity to try and get stacks, though, and there's not much he can do about it. The only opportunities he's had to get stacks, like only 2, just have not gone well for him. Not much you can do about that. And the fact that they've only been 2 opportunities, not great. Combo onto the Anubarak. Silence does go out onto the KTZ, once again denying him more stacks. Anubarak eats an entire health bar and then gets healed back to full. Blue health bar is dropping very quickly. Brightwing goes down, does not go down. She teleports out of danger. The absorb out on Urel, but she doesn't heal up enough. ETC does go down. Brightwing very low. Urel pretty low. Everybody else is pretty healthy, but combo almost goes out on 2. Unfortunately, without stacks, it's not likely to lead to a kill without a really high amount of extra assistance. Objective is getting picked up by CCS immediately after that successful fight. ETC can just show up into this fight, though, whenever he wishes. Does look like he's going to hold his ult, though. Stalling does come out. ETC does go in, lots of damage onto those red health bars. Nothing's really happening right now. Silence onto the KTZ. Dahaka dropping very quickly. He should be able to heal back up to full, and he is starting to. He might go down, and he stays afloat with help from the Rhaegar. CDs are down for Unity at this point. And CCS is still very able to re-engage onto this fight at any point. They have 40 seconds to contest this objective if so needed. And they have ultimates up in 30 seconds. Urel does engage with a little bit under half her health. Tongue does go out onto the Urel. She's taking a fair amount of damage, but does heal back up. ETC very low as well, but is just flat out getting ignored as the entire red team pushes onto the KTZ and Brightwing here. KTZ manages to slow them down, but does go down with the Brightwing. Urel is pretty dangerous. KTZ is back to the, or is in a lot of danger without her mana. KTZ did manage to pop his return, so he will be back into this fight momentarily, but objective is being picked up by CCS, and so is that mid tower. First objective has been completely outmatched by the, by CCS. Objective should be picked up momentarily. Lanes are kind of pushed up for CCS already. So they have a lot of opportunity to make a lot of very solid moves as this objective begins to push. It looks like they're going to focus primarily on the bot lane, with the Haka able to show up whenever he sees fit. And I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Alright, that is 2 forts down on the side of Unity. The Beetle does go in. KTC combo onto 2, taking a lot of damage. CCS just lost 2 of their very important push characters, meaning that this objective should be mostly negated at this point. They might still lose top fort, but 10 minutes in, forts are losing their value. ETC does go in onto the Dahaka here. Dahaka losing a lot of health. He does pop his heal. Dragon Arrow just barely missing. Silence onto the Brightwing. Tongue almost onto the Brightwing. And it does look like the objective is going to be almost completely shut down on the side of CCS because of the good work of Unity. Dahaka did pop into that bot lane. It looks like they're going to be focusing on going for the boss. Question is, did their actions reveal, or did Dahaka's actions reveal the fact that they're going for boss? Does not look like Unity is aware, or at the very least feels that they are unable to respond to it if they are aware. Ping does go out onto the top lane. I can't see which team that is. This boss might be contested here. Dahaka does get the tongue onto the Vala. She goes down very quickly. Beetle putting in a lot of damage. Combo onto 2. Fair amount of damage. Going out. Oh my word, I couldn't breathe there for a second. Unfortunately, KTZ is still not stacked, meaning that his damage is minimal. Uriel does help slow the engagement. Dragon Arrow onto 2. Uriel taking a fair amount of damage, but should be okay. KTZ putting a lot of damage onto the Rhaegar, who just kind of shrugs it off at this stage, but that should almost be KTZ stacked, and indeed it is. With how close these fights are with KTZ not stacked, it could definitely completely turn the tide of this game if KTZ gets stacked. And he's almost there. This boss is definitely taking this keep, though. On this map, however, 1 keep is not enough to give you the game. Uriel does go down, though, meaning that there very easily could be more pushing going on in this situation. Looks like Rhaegar actually healed the boss. I know he can heal, I think he can heal minions at least. I don't know if he actually can. Wouldn't be surprised if he can heal the boss, because I know that's kind of a weird thing that he can do and no one else can. CZS does make the right call here, not pushing into the core. They definitely could not take it in this situation, and core damage is irrelevant on this map. Big engagement coming out from Unity, but it does look like CCS is just going to just walk away. Not even use abilities, just walk away. Which is fair. Mid lane does get cleared by CCS as they travel to the objective. Dahaka's putting in a lot of work here. I'm curious about... Whoops. That's the wrong button. Shipsy. There we go. It does look like we have a fight starting out here. Lots of damage going out onto blue health bars as well as red health bars. Red health bars do get healed back up with the Ancestral. Lots of damage coming out. KTZ does miss his ult. He is in the cocoon as well. Brightwing in a lot of danger. Does get blocked by the Uriel. And KTZ does go down. This top fort is putting a fair amount of damage into the red health bars, but they just don't care. They want this Brightwing to die. Brightwing does manage to escape as the adorable dragon she is. Stun onto the Hanzo. Hanzo does not seem to care, despite being really low health. And objective once again picked up for CCS. Top fort does go down. Looks like CCS is going to disengage slightly for the cavalry's arrival, completely ignoring that bot lane, which is absolutely the right call in this situation. Once again, you cannot win with only 1 structure down, not until very late in the game, and even then, it's just not worth it. Rhaegar can heal minions and summons, he cannot heal monsters. Good to know! Also, team on the right is not actually... Oh, it's not? 16. This is last season. I thought... Did I grab the wrong match? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I grabbed the replays for that match. Yeah, no, it says Unity and Citrus. Yeah. This is what's uploaded for Unity and CCS. Does look like a lot of damage is going out onto the core, though. With that last heap going down, the game is won for whoever CCS is. That's what I thought. Like, I don't know. I was very confused. So I don't know who this actually is then. But yeah, no. It's uploaded as Unity versus CCS. It's an SL replay. Okay, yeah, it was, like I said, it was absolutely uploaded as Unity versus CCS. And I am sure that Unity is the left team, because that one I double-checked. Or at least Hawaii is part of the left team. And I didn't quite recognize the names for the right side, but I, like, just kind of went with it. Fair enough, Malkimler. If it makes you chuckle, then it, yeah, I just don't know who it actually is then. I also don't know how the Rogue replay got uploaded, but I'm well aware that these things happen. Reporting is hard. Oh, right, I need to, like, fully restart HOTS. Da-da-da, bear with me. You weren't here for it, Valkemler, but everybody else remember when I, talked about how part of the reason I didn't like replays, replay casting was because they're scuffed? Yeah, that's a thing. I'm sorry for picking the wrong team and also not accurately informing the right team. I don't know who this other team is, but it's a good match. I do need to update. Alterac Pass was won by our blue team. No, red team. It was won by a red team. It looked like it was the same people for game 1 and 2, but we'll see. Nope! Game 1 is wrong. Game 2's right, though. Hopefully the number of matches is right. We'll find out that momentarily. But, yeah. I'm assuming what happened was they just grabbed the wrong Alterac Valley replay? Maybe? I don't know. Because it could be... That could have been a scrim. So it could be the wrong Alterac Valley replay. But... looking at the names you listed... Yeah, no. Game 2 is absolutely... CCS. And I'm not going to look at Game 3, because I don't know if there's a Game 3. Alright, so let's load the previous version of the game and hop into the map draft here. So, once again, our left team Unity banned out both of the team maps, Towers of Doom and Tomb of the Spider Queen, whereas CCS banned out Volskaya Foundry and Blackheart's Bay. Don't know if the rest of the map pool is accurate, but hey, moving on! CCS likely won Game 1, or at the very least the right team that we were watching won Game 1. So we're going to assume CCS won Game 1. Because that's the only information I have. Anyway! We are loading into... I forgot to say map pool is... Dragonshire! Once again, unsure of who picked Dragonshire, but we are going to Dragonshire. So let's go ahead and hop into the game here. On our left side, we have Organized Chaos on the, Sonia, that's her name. We have, Uruke on Chromie, Hawaii on Johanna, Drunk Unicorn on Rhaegar, Pina Colada on the Falstad.
10 seconds.
As for the right side, we have Ace on Yrel, Lamort on the Insane Junkrat, Stoic on the Anduin, Treecat on Greymane, and Mesos on the Muradin. That is a weird form of aggression. Unity just goes in aggressive and then just immediately backs off. Interesting. Both sides just kind of poking at each other. I can't breathe all of a sudden. Ah. Can I gain the ability to breathe? Can someone teach me how to breathe? That would be very appreciated if someone could teach me how to breathe. It does look like both sides are going to do a 4-man rotation between mid and bot, which is pretty common. I'm going to kind of just place the camera here for the moment while I grab some water and hopefully gain the ability to breathe. It actually looks like they are not going for a 4-man rotation, as it looks like Sonia is going to be double soaking mid and top. Bottom camps are being picked up by both teams. Unity going much faster on their camp, and it does look like they're going to try to invade, Johanna being borderline immortal at this stage of the game. A little bit of damage onto the Siege camp, a little bit of damage onto Unity. Muradin taking a fair amount of damage, should be able to heal up just fine, but the camp steal was successful on the side of Unity. However, Johanna taking a ton of damage does go down, getting thrown right into the face of the Junkrat. Greymane goes down as well, not entirely sure where that happened. And the battle for the points does begin. Looks like Unity is managing to secure that bot point, and Sonia Yrel might battle it out for the top point. Looks like Unity just wants to siege at the moment, though, not really caring too much about winning the objective, which makes sense. They have a pretty serious advantage right now. Junkrat Mine buying a little bit of time, but the towers do go down for that first fort. Let's go ahead and quickly look at some quests and stuff like that while everybody's kind of poking at each other. Looks like Falstad is about halfway on his quest. Chromie about, I forget how many she needs. 40. So she's 1/4 of the way. And we don't really have quests on the side of CCS. Aside from the Anduin one, which, like, just started. Does look like Junkrat is going for the trap build with those Shattering Teeth. Very useful zoning tool. They're also really fun to play with. Oh, does look like CCS is going for the invade in that top lane, trying to put extra pressure onto the enemy laner. However, it is sniffed out by Unity. Point does start getting contested. Falstad trying to put as much damage as he can. Johanna going down very quickly. She does go down, and the camp steal is successful, avenging the previous camp steal. Looks like they're going to go for the fort trade. Unity taking that bot fort, and CCS taking top fort. Unfortunately, top is a borderline impossible lane to win through, so this is slightly in favor of Unity for this trade. However, it does help push the solo laner into an awkward position. And CCS might be able to respond to this siege and potentially get a kill or something out of it. Nope, looks like Unity is going to manage to back out of that situation before CCS gets the opportunity to respond. Unity's siege camp is available. It looks like CCS wants to keep up the aggression, going for another invade, putting a ton of damage onto Rhaegar here, who manages to get away with 1 HP. That's one more than he needed. Camp Steal does go successfully for CCS. I need to skip this ad. I meant to run it earlier. I can't. Oh, it's in progress. Whoops. We'll just pause. This is the advantage of replay casts. I don't know if anyone is able to hear me right now, but my add in progress timers are different, and I don't know which one's right. Fair. I think I have other people here than just you, Valkemler, but not everybody sees ads. Okay, looks like ad is either over or about over. So I'm going to take a little bit more of my water, and we'll get back into it. Alright, welcome back, everybody. I paused because I mistimed an ad. We're fine, though. I need to get back into the swing of things. I completely forgot to look at the ad timer before starting game 2. Sonya taking a fair amount of damage here. Should be able to get out, though. She might get comboed with CC. Stun does go out onto her. She manages to survive with just a few HP there. Looks like CCS is looking to try and go for the objective here, potentially. He's actually trying to, Murden trying to slow down the rotation a little bit. Joe just flat out ignoring it. Falstad going deep in there. Light Bomb out onto just the Rhaegar. Junkrat ult putting a lot of damage onto a lot of people. Lots of bombs getting thrown into the back line there. Not really anyone going down, but it does look like Joe will go down, and she does. Does look like the... Oh, nope, that tower's alive. I thought that tower had a lot less HP. Murden continuing to just harass the enemy team a little bit here. Neither side really going for the objective here. This is definitely one of those maps that can sometimes take forever for an objective to be passed on. Sonya putting a fair amount of damage, or not a fair amount of damage, going deep into the enemy team here. Greymane just barely dodging that beam of death. Putting in a lot of damage onto the Sonya, who just gets healed right back up. Johanna going in a little bit, taking damage from the towers. Light Bomb going down onto the Sonya. Greymane going in with basically no HP. Greymane Syndrome in full effect. Chromie does go down. Looks like Murden might go down as well, but Stoic manages to keep him afloat, and he jumps out. Yrel just casually doing Yrel things, living forever in inside the enemy team. Looks like CCS is going to make a play for the objective. Murden trying to slow down the push in as best he can. He does not manage to stop the capture, however, does manage to keep them from catching up to Junkrat. Mana bar's a little low on the side of CCS. Top camp being picked up by CCS. And Siege Camp being picked up for Unity. I seriously can't breathe. Does anyone have advice on how one breathes? Does look like the bottom neutral camp is being picked up by Unity here. This will put even more pressure onto that bottom keep, which is usually the win lane on this map. CCS Siege Camp is available, and Unity's like, nope, that's our Siege Camp. Stasis out onto the Chromie. Hinterland's Blast hitting 2, Chromie taking a fair amount of damage, does get rooted. Ancestral just a little too slow, but it does go on to full CD here. Oh, no, it doesn't. I thought it went on full CD even if it doesn't go off. Maybe they changed that in Subpoint and I missed it. Bottom camps are being cleared almost immediately by CCS. However, Unity does have the opportunity to potentially go for the objective. Urel, however, has something to say about it. And I'm apparently linked onto a structure here. There we go. Urel putting a little bit of harassment down. The bullet onto the Rhaegar. Objective is available for CCS. Unity sees it and decides to go full on into this, knowing Junkrat is nowhere to be seen. A little bit of harassment from both the front line of CCS. They can take their time trying to win this. They don't need to be aggressive here. Joe, on the other hand, does have to be aggressive, and she is aggressive onto the Muradin. Light Bomb does go out, hitting 2, it looks like. Rhaegar taking a fair amount of damage. Sonya putting in as much punishment as she can. Greymane once again going very low, as Greymane does. Joe taking a lot of damage. Ancestral is down. Falstad managing to stay alive. Ace putting in a fair amount of damage and staying alive. Lots of damage going out, but not a lot of kills being found. Sonya's back up to full health. Just Sonya things. Joe does go back in, as does Urel. Chromie is the first to fall. Urel healing back up with her Absorb. And it does look like CCS is going to get the first objective of the game. This is a 10-minute Dragon Knight, not exactly a pushover. This is not an uncommon tactic seen by higher div teams, where they have the dragon just going and being the dragon, whereas the rest of the team goes and pushes elsewhere. Joe is in a very uncomfortable position, having to take a long time to get back to her team. Falstad taking a lot of damage. Cleanse does go out onto him. Muradin does not have mana, probably should not be here right now, but he's just deciding, I'm gonna be a dwarf, and no one can stop me. Dragon Knight is pretty low, but Urel is the one in the Dragon Knight, meaning that she's not really in any danger here. Just cutting the skulls open on these minions. Engage does happen into the bot lane. This is a 5v4. Greymane doing everything he can to stay alive. Hinterland's Blast does go out onto him, and Junkrat all trying to save him. Unsuccessfully, Muradin does go down. On the bright side, that does fix his mana problems. That is all 3 forts down on the side of Unity. Ace trying to get out of danger here. And she does, by holding her hammer up into the air. Because logic! Bruiser Camp is available for CCS. Actually, Bruisers are available for both sides here, as are Siege Camps. While CCS seems to be losing more fights here, they are managing to control the map well enough to completely mitigate that. And in fact, they definitely have the advantage right now. Both camps being picked up by both teams, and Unity once again deciding to go for that neutral bottom camp. Looks like CCS might try and contest that. And they don't. Johanna manages to scare them away a little bit. Lots of aggression off of the side of Johanna, as well as Sonya. Greymane does go down. Light Bomb does not seem to find anyone. Absorb keeping the Urel alive. Ancestral onto the Sonya, keeping her alive. It does look like Muradin is going to go down here, but he is saved by the pool, as well as his own jump. Hinterland's Blast finding nobody.
The shrines will soon be active again.
That is only 1 death. And Urel goes and does Urel things. Seems Sonya has something to say about Urel going and doing Urel things. There's no way the Felstad didn't see her. There's no way. Oh, Rhaegar in a little bit of danger here, though, as the objective does come up. He wanted to try and get that Dragon Knight. Chromie does get bullied off of the bottom point, so Urel does not need to be aggressive there. Unity looks like they're trying to secure that fight. Junkrat in a lot of danger. Pool does go out onto him. That's a pretty long cooldown to get burned there. And at a very crucial time. Lots of damage onto the Sonya. Dragon Knight does get picked up by the Urel. I didn't even see the Dragon Knight turn sides, I'll be honest. Drunk Unicorn taking a lot of damage. Dragon Knight putting in a lot of effort into this fight. Chromie taking a lot of damage. Does get burned to a crisp. Ironic, as she is a dragon. Contrary to popular belief. So, 2-for-1 trade in that fight there. CCS putting in a lot of damage. Dragon Knight just soaking up so much punishment. Sonya trying to do as best she can. That is the front wall down for the bottom keep. Dragon Knight does go down here, but it is once again Urel in there, so she should be able to get out very easily. She decides, screw going out, I'm going in! And just once again, just does Urel things. CCS does see the timer on the siege camp and decides to take it. They are very close to 20s. If they can get 20 advantage, they can do a lot of damage. Why did I just snap to that? Yeah, I don't know why I keep snapping to that. CCS does have 20 advantage, and Ace is thirsting for blood here. Really wants to take advantage of those 20s. Does go in there. Lots of damage going out, not really finding anyone in particular. Bullet does go onto the Rhaegar, forcing him to sip. Bullet goes out yet again. Hinderland's Blast goes out, finding the Greymane, who falls yet again. Ancestral going out twice onto the Sonya. Light Bomb falling onto the Sonya as well, keeping Stoic afloat. Unfortunately, he's dropping very quickly here, and he does in fact go down, as 20s are available for the side of Unity as well.
Power gathers within the shrines. Seize them and become the
Looks like Unity's deciding to pick up that siege camp while they wait for their minions to approach. Go ahead and pick up that bottom camp as well. Both offlaners trying to build pressure in their lanes.
earn his power and destroy
Greymane will be back onto the field momentarily. Does look like Unity is going to try and push into the bottom keep. It didn't work out for CCS, but might work out for them. Organized Chaos getting thrown over the wall, just flat out ignoring. Johanna does go ahead and pick up a Greymane kill. Poor Greymane just flat out getting bullied by the enemy front line here. Unity does manage to take out the keep with Greymane down still. They might have a potential to go after the core and take it. If they do win this, for the record, I don't have a game 3. Ancestral goes out onto the Rhaegar. Yeah, no, Unity wins. I don't have a game 3. Oh, scuffed. Scuffed. I don't don't know what to do here! Did Unity win game 1? Is that what happened? And I need to figure out. Give me a second. Oh, give me a second to figure this out and potentially find game 3. Or at the very least find out why I don't have a game 3. I have one game. I'm looking at the match history now. There is literally only one game, which is game 2. And it's labeled as game 2, which I don't know how they managed that. It's just a warm-up, Shadonis. It's just a warm-up. I guess... Like... What? So, let's see. Okay. I figured it out. Unity did win game 1. The wrong replay was uploaded, but Unity won game 1 and game 2. The game 1 we watched was random. Oh, you think there was a forfeit point? That's possible. I don't think CCS forfeited, but I suppose they might have. Okay, I don't know what happened exactly, but that was a solid match and a very solid warm-up for me. So, as scuffed as it was and as confused as I am content with that warm-up cast. So yeah. I'll go ahead and double check some stuff quick and wrap up, but it was in fact Unity that won that 2-0. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I have been Shadonis of the DNL community. Thank you guys very much. Hopefully I will be casting more frequently, and hopefully I will see more of you guys around. Enjoy the rest of your days, and see you guys in, what is it, 30 hours? Something like that, for Season 17. Peace!